This is part 4 in our Vectorworks 2021 drafting tutorial, and this is actually the LightWrite component. So the first thing that we're going to do is work on exporting information from Vectorworks into LightWrite, and then we're going to go into LightWrite itself. So much like Vectorworks, there is much more to LightWrite than we're going to be getting into. These are just going to be the basics to get you started and to be able to complete the remaining projects for the semester. And unless you have downloaded and purchased the student edition of LightWrite, you're going to have to complete this part of the tutorial in the design lab. So please figure that into your time. So let's start by opening your Vectorworks tutorial number 3 that you've been working on. And we're going to start by exporting all of the data entry that you put in. So I'm going to come up here to File and Document Settings, Spotlight Preferences. And that's going to give me this new window of the Spotlight Preferences. I want to make sure that in my left-hand column, LightWrite is highlighted. I want to use the automatic LightWrite data exchange, so make sure that's clicked. I want to click Perform a Complete Export on Exit. And I want to make sure that it's going in the same location as my Vectorworks file. Once I've got all of that, these defaults can just stay as they are. We're not going to get into changing them right now. They'll be just fine for us. So I'm going to click OK. So what Vectorworks has just done is it's created a new file in the same location as the actual Vectorworks file, but the suffix is going to be .xml, and that's the data entry file that LightWrite will be able to read. But it's just automatically created that file in the background. So now we're going to open up our LightWrite 6 application. Mine's already open, so I'm going to Command Tab to get to it. Here we go. When you first fire it up, you may get a window in the upper left-hand corner that's like a tips and tricks. Go ahead and just close that. It's a randomly assigned thing that LightWrite opens up automatically, but we won't necessarily need it. So this is the LightWrite interface. And we're going to start by clicking up here in the upper right-hand corner on the Vectorworks logo. And we want to be sure and use Data Exchange. And then I'm going to click on Choose Vectorworks.xml file because no file is selected right now. This will open up my Finder, and here's my Vectorworks tutorial 3 tcr.xml file that Vectorworks created from that data export. So I'm just going to highlight that and click Open. This will populate with the defaults. They'll be perfectly fine, so we're not going to change anything there. And we're going to click OK. And as you can see, LightWrite has populated all of the information coming in from my Vectorworks file. So I'm going to go ahead and save this LightWrite file. Just save as. And I'm going to make sure that I put it in the same place as my drawing. And I'm just going to call it Vectorworks tutorial 3 TCR and save. And that's the end of section 1 of our Vectorworks LightWrite tutorial. In the next section, we'll work on reorganizing the information in LightWrite.